Have you ever wondered how much YouTubers actually make? After years of grinding, I finally got monetized in 2020, and YouTube sent me my very first paycheck. And to be honest, it definitely wasn't what I was expecting. For those who don't know me, my name is CJ. I help small creators build their passions, their skills, and their mindset to build a YouTube channel that actually grows. And before you skip, let me know in the comment section below how much you think YouTube actually paid me. Leave it down in the comment section below and we'll see who was closest. Alright man, so here we are. As you guys can see, this is my first stretch of actually making YouTube income, and my estimated revenue was about 150 bucks. This is over a span of 2 months from September to October 31st. And this is also on my gaming channel. This is the first channel I've ever built, and we have about 30,000 subscribers now. So $149. That's not a lot of money, but it also depends where your stage of life is and what you're going for. At the time, I was 16 years old, turning 17, and my dream was to get paid to play video games. So for me, this was a lot of money. I'm like, oh yeah, we're good. I'm gonna keep this up. I'm gonna go after it. I knew I loved it. I knew I was passionate. I knew I was good at it. And I'm like, yo, if I can develop this, I know I can see better months in due time. You know what I'm saying? I had roughly around 1,000 subscribers around the time. So I had 1,000 subscribers. I reached 4,000 hours of watch time. And I also switched from Minecraft to 2K. And this is when my channel I seen the most growth I've ever seen. So that's all the backstory to this. And this can say a lot, right? So 79,000 views only got me $149. Why is this? I want to emphasize that there's a lot of factors that go into monetization. It's not just like you get 1 million views and you get $1 million bucks. I'm sure some of you guys probably knew that, but there is a system to it that I actually got to learn over the years. And I'm gonna break this video up in 4 different sections to talk about each point. And the first point, like I mentioned before, is CPM and RPM. CPM and RPM are basically what decides how much money you make. And if your RPM is high, you can get more money on one video than I was getting on most of mine. So on this video right here, how to play NBA 2K21 early, my RPM per 1,000 views at the time was 21 cents. So 21 cents, dang, oh my goodness. So that means every time I get 1,000 views on a video, at that time when I first got monetized, I was only getting 21 cents. So that is extremely low. Your RPM and CPM are going to fluctuate. Now, you've probably been asking, what is a CPM and what's an RPM? RPM is the revenue per 1,000 views. The CPM is the cost per 1,000 views, which doesn't really matter to us because that's what advertisers pay for. Anyway, so this is my biggest video yet, like on this channel. This is my biggest video on this channel. Bro, I only made $3. You know what I'm saying? And obviously for me, I'm getting paid to play the game. So my first check, I was excited. I couldn't wait. I was trying to ship that out quick, expedite. I don't even think the video was 8 minutes, mind you. So that's probably why. You definitely want to make sure your videos are longer on your channel, because the longer the videos is the more money that you'll make. So let me show you guys a longer video. This is the best dribble moves video that I made. I remember this one. And if we go up on this one, I made 30. So we got $3 versus $30. And mind you, this is overtime. I think it kind of spiked at the year because every 2K, a new game comes out. So this video had a year in a sense to peak and see what it can actually form into. After a year, it ended up getting me like 30 bucks. I think in the moment, let's check. Oh, it only earned me $2. This video didn't earn me much revenue, but as I kept posting, as I kept getting more discovery, then my RPM goes up. I had 11,000 less views, yet only earned $1 less, which I'm sure video length and everything plays a part in. So I'm going to explain how to get the RPM up and everything in a couple sections from now. But for now, I kind of just wanted to give you guys an overview of what my first paycheck looked like. So these were the biggest videos I contributed. Once again, this is my other video, one more. This video ended up going crazy. I remember this actually. This was the first video I edited on my PC. And I remember this because it was such a learning curve. I went from my phone to my PC, and this is the same day of college orientation. So my family wanted me to go to college. I didn't end up going to college because I was like, I want to be a YouTuber, and this is where I am today. So this video ended up making me $113 over time, which is actually pretty good. Think about it. One video making you $113. Imagine you post 20 times in a month, right? Like I was doing. From October 14th to the 31st, which is like within 2 weeks, this video earned me $17. So this, like I said, in 2 weeks, right? This video got 5,000 views. This 12,000 views less from that other first video I showed you guys. But yet it made almost 6 times as much. So when someone generally asks me, how much money do I make from YouTube? It's complicated, right? It doesn't make sense sometimes, but you got to understand what CPM and RPM is. That's probably the biggest thing I can say. So now that we covered how much I made and what RPM was, I'm gonna show you guys practically how to increase your RPM. How you increase your RPM is by simply working on getting your videos more engaged. And how do you do that? That's almost like a gap. You know where you are now and you know where you want to be. You know you want engagement, but how do I get it? I can't like shove people in a locker and force them to engage, right? Some of the things that I will say that's helped me to get more engagement on my videos was posting them and sharing them on social media. Even though people wasn't always responding to my Snap stories, 100% of your followers see your post. 10% can probably see it and click on it and engage. You know what I'm saying? One thing you can do is actually increase your video quality and production. If you post a video on YouTube and upload it, great, you did the bare minimum. What you want to make sure you're increasing is your quality, making sure the videos are quality, your titles are on point, your thumbnails on point, your tags on point. Basically the whole SEO and also the production of it. Eventually you're gonna see a wave of people coming in and watching even your old videos and being like, yo, this guy is actually fire. I just finding out about him, wow. That's one of those things that come over time. So as you see, from September to October, there was a significant jump in my RPM. If I check this video over here, my RPM was about $3. And I know 20 cents to $3 isn't a significant jump by the dollar, but your RPM is going to be times by your number of views. And you have 15,000 views, that means 15 times 2 is 30 versus 15 times 20 cents is $1. Is that even $1? I don't know, but that actually is a significant difference whether you know it or not. And I think the way that you should measure anything isn't by actually the amount of money that you're making, but thinking about how's my SEO, how's my video quality, how's my production, how are people ranking these? Are they liking my videos? Do they dislike them? Are they bored? Do people click off my video after 10 seconds or do they watch like 2 minutes? These are the things that you should measure your videos by. And if you can measure videos like that, eventually you're going to find the exact type of videos that your people want to see. And once you get that, people are going to click. And once you get that, people are going to engage. And once you get that, you're going to get a loyal fan base that watches old videos because they mess with it. So really, the algorithm is really how intentional you are with your videos. You don't want to just throw anything up in the air. You want to actually increase. This video right here was my first video that made $100 for me. Why? I switched from editing on my mobile device on my iPhone 5C to my PC that I invested $1,000 into. You might not make the money back right away, but if you invest into something that's gonna increase and push out quality and consistency, that is one of the best investments you can ever make on a platform like YouTube or social media. Absolutely start with what you got, but I definitely think the increase in your quality will lead to an increase in your RPM. That's probably my best advice I can give you. I hope all that makes sense so far. Make sure you comment down below if you need any more explanation or maybe you just realize something through what I just said. Now we covered those 2 points. The third point I want to talk to you guys about is how often YouTubers get paid. So if you are strictly relying on the AdSense wave, right, you are going to get paid on the 21st of every month. So what that means is everything, let's say I posted from September 1st to September 30th, right? The next time I will get paid is in October on the 21st for what I did throughout September. So essentially you're getting paid once a month for what you did for the previous month. But it's a little bit more complex than that. You get paid once a month if you meet the threshold. So for me, the reason why I said September to October was because for September, I did not meet that threshold. Let me show you. So September 1st to September 30th, 2020, I made $44, right? I made $44 that month. I got good amount of views too, to be honest. I already showed you guys my RPM was pretty weak, bro. Like I'm making less than $1 per 1,000 views. That's pretty tough. Therefore, for me personally, I can't live off no 44 bucks. And the tough thing is they weren't gonna give it to me anyway. You gotta make at least $100 to be able to take it out of AdSense to deposit into your bank account. I learned this during very, very tough times. If I did not make $100 in a month, that means I have to wait all the way, not to the next month, but the month after that. So if I did not make $100 in September, I had to wait till November to get my first check. My first check came in November 21st, and it was the check of $150. So what that means is first, the month of September, I made $44. I have to make at least $56 to make sure I get paid for November. Those would be the toughest times, especially when you're actually trying to make this a business. I remember those days, dog. I was like, yo, I got no job. This is my job, and I gotta wait. Since I already made $44 in September, they're gonna combine both the months of September and October to add to November. And then my November check was about $150. Does that make sense? So that's kind of like the deal with everything. And this month right here, as you guys can see, my RPM went up a little. I was getting a little bit more engagement than I was in September. Not just in the watch time and the subscribers, but also in my audience. Like they were actually messing with my videos. As you guys can see, look at my average view duration during this month. 2 minutes, 1 minute 48, 2 minutes, 1 minute 39, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Like I was making a lot of tutorial videos, and I actually think tutorial videos are the ones that get you more watch time because that's when people are keeping up with you and watching what you're doing. So this helped me build up a CPM or RPM and help me make more money per milli. which was my every 1,000 views. So there's really a whole system that goes into what it takes to make money on YouTube. It's not just your views, it's not just watch time, but it's just all these different things that come into be that actually add up and equate to it. So some of my closing thoughts to this video is you really just can't predict how much you're gonna make. If someone ever asked me like, hey, CJ, how much do you make on YouTube? I can't really give you like a range. Like I really can't. Even when you put it on like the tax inform, you're trying to tell your mom how much you make, you kind of have to show them like your highest month in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like so hard to explain. I've been there. I've been during the steps where I had to explain, yo, like family, this is how much I'm making. I know it's only $104 in a month, but like it's, you gotta see the RPM though. You gotta see like, yeah. So yep, I understand. I've lived it before and I'm trying to teach people how to do YouTube on this channel. And that's what I'm really excited to do. You can get very, very high months. I will, and eventually if you guys want to see it, comment down below. I will show you guys my highest paying months. There was at one point I was making the most money in my life on this platform. So it's so exponential that it can either be super high or it could be like kind of tough on the finances, especially as you get older with more responsibilities. And as you grow, I would definitely suggest that you don't depend strictly on AdSense. And I say that because it could be so it could be so tempting to want to quit your job once you know you're making bread somewhere else. It's like, oh yeah, I want to be a business owner. I'm just gonna quit my job. I'm making money here. I'm straight. But there is no set in stone finances you'll make. Maybe at a job you make like 50K a year. Over here, you don't know how much you're gonna make a year. Maybe you maybe you might make 8,000, and 6,000 was from month one, and then $20 was for the rest of the year. That's tough, right? I definitely wouldn't depend on strictly AdSense money. If I were to go back, I don't regret doing so. I've done it for about 4 years, and I think after I wasn't really loving what I was doing, that's when I started depending on every AdSense check. I was like, oh my gosh, I need this $500. I have to post a video on YouTube now. I have to post to make ends meet, even though I don't really love what I'm doing right now. It'll leave you miserable, and you actually make a lot less money when you're miserable. It's vice versa from working in a system. Love y'all so much. Keep grinding, stay blessed, and let's support everybody in the comment section below. Help small channels get bigger. If you're at a point where you're trying to get the viewership and help the algorithm favor you, click this video right here. I talk about all the secret settings you might be missing that's keeping the algorithm from suggesting your videos. I'll see you guys there. Peace.